It's not common practice to cut the white conductor, even if not immediately needed. The white conductor typically serves as the neutral, and it's best practice to have it present in all switch boxes. However, it is sometimes common to use 12/2 with ground cable to the 4-way switch and tape the white conductor black. This is done to provide the necessary 4 conductors for the travelers and the ground wire. There are scenarios where 3 wires wouldn't be needed at the 4-way switch. Firstly, when using 14/3 with ground cable. This cable contains 4 conductors, black, red, white, and ground, suitable for both 3-way and 4-way switching. In this instance, the white conductor might not be actively used at the 4-way switch. Secondly, if power is fed directly to the 4-way switch, only 2 travelers, black and red, along with the ground wire, are necessary. The neutral conductor wouldn't be required at the 4-way switch location in this configuration. In summary, the described wiring method is not the most recommended. It's generally better to supply power to the initial 3-way switch and utilize 12/3 with ground cable throughout the entire circuit. This ensures the neutral conductor is available in all switch boxes, which is beneficial for troubleshooting and any future modifications. From a safety and code compliance standpoint, maintaining a complete and properly wired system is always the preferred approach. Let's delve deeper into the reasons why these practices matter and how they align with electrical safety and code requirements. Firstly, the neutral conductor, identified by its white insulation, plays a crucial role in completing the electrical circuit. When an appliance or device is powered on, current flows from the source through the device and returns to the source via the neutral conductor. If the neutral is absent or improperly connected, it can lead to voltage imbalances, equipment malfunction, or even electrical hazards. Secondly, the National Electrical Code, or NEC, provides guidelines and regulations for electrical installations to ensure safety and prevent fire hazards. While the NEC doesn't explicitly mandate a neutral at every switch location in all scenarios, it does require a complete and functional neutral path throughout the electrical system. The presence of a neutral at switch locations allows for future expansion or modification of the circuit. For example, if you later decide to install a smart switch that requires a neutral connection, having the neutral already available in the switch box simplifies the installation process. Taping the white conductor black to repurpose it as a traveler is an acceptable practice, provided it is done correctly. The NEC requires that any conductor used as a hot conductor, other than the grounded conductor, must be re-identified with black, red, or another approved color marking to indicate its function. This helps prevent confusion and ensures that electricians and other qualified personnel can easily identify the conductor's purpose. When wiring 3-way and 4-way switches, it's essential to understand the function of each conductor. The common wire, which carries power to the first 3-way switch, is typically connected to the black screw terminal. The 2 traveler wires, which connect the 3-way switches to each other and to the 4-way switch, are connected to the brass screw terminals. The switch leg, which carries power from the last 3-way switch to the light fixture, is also typically connected to the black screw terminal. When using 12/3 with ground cable, the black and red conductors are typically used as travelers, while the white conductor is used as the neutral. The ground wire should always be connected to the grounding screw in the switch box and to the grounding terminal on the switch. It's important to note that the specific wiring configuration may vary depending on the local electrical codes and the specific requirements of the installation. Always consult with a qualified electrician or refer to the NEC for guidance on proper wiring techniques. In a specific scenario described, where power is brought to the first 3-way switch and 12/3 with ground cable is used throughout the circuit, the neutral conductor should be present in all switch boxes. Cutting the white conductor at the 4-way switch is not recommended, as it eliminates the possibility of using the neutral for future modifications or troubleshooting. Instead, the white conductor should be terminated in the switch box, even if it's not currently being used. It's also worth noting that using a junction box above the 4-way switch, as described in the scenario, is a common practice. This allows for easy access to the wiring and provides a convenient location for making connections. However, it's important to ensure that the junction box is properly installed and that all connections are made securely. Another aspect to consider is the wire gauge used for the switch wiring. In most residential applications, 14-gauge or 12-gauge wire is used for lighting circuits. The appropriate wire gauge depends on the circuit's amperage and the distance the wire needs to travel. The NEC provides tables that specify the allowable ampacities for different wire gauges. It's crucial to use the correct wire gauge to prevent overheating and potential fire hazards. When working with electrical wiring, safety should always be the top priority. Before starting any electrical work, always turn off the power to the circuit at the circuit breaker. Use a voltage tester to verify that the power is off before touching any wires. Wear appropriate personal protective equipment, such as safety glasses and rubber gloves. If you're not comfortable working with electrical wiring, it's best to hire a qualified electrician to do the work. They have the knowledge, skills, and experience to ensure that the job is done safely and correctly. In addition to the points mentioned above, let's discuss some common mistakes to avoid when wiring 3-way and 4-way switches. One common mistake is failing to properly identify the conductors. It's essential to know which wire is the common wire, which wires are the travelers, and which wire is the switch leg. Using a multimeter or wire tracer can help you identify the conductors. Another common mistake is not making secure connections. Loose connections can cause arcing, overheating, and potential fire hazards. Always use wire connectors that are properly sized for the wires being connected. Make sure the connections are tight and that no bare wire is exposed. A third common mistake is not grounding the switches properly. The ground wire provides a path for fault current to return to the source, which helps protect against electrical shock. Always connect the ground wire to the grounding screw in the switch box and to the grounding terminal on the switch. Another thing to keep in mind is that different types of switches may have different wiring configurations. For example, some switches may have push-in terminals, while others may have screw terminals. Always refer to the manufacturer's instructions for the specific type of switch you're using. When troubleshooting 3-way and 4-way switch problems, there are a few things you can check. Firstly, make sure the power is turned on to the circuit. Secondly, check the circuit breaker to make sure it hasn't tripped. Thirdly, check the wiring connections to make sure they are secure. Fourthly, use a multimeter to test the voltage at the switch terminals. If you're still having problems, it's best to call a qualified electrician. They have the tools and expertise to diagnose and repair the problem safely and efficiently. Here is a summary of best practices for wiring 3-way and 4-way switches. 1. Always turn off the power to the circuit before starting any electrical work. 2. Use a voltage tester to verify that the power is off. 3. Wear appropriate personal protective equipment. 4. Use the correct wire gauge for the circuit. 5. Properly identify the conductors. 6. Make secure connections. 7. Ground the switches properly. 8. Follow the manufacturer's instructions for the specific type of switch you are using. 9. Consult with a qualified electrician if you're not comfortable working with electrical wiring. 10. Always adhere to local electrical codes and the National Electrical Code. Considering these points, let's consider some common scenarios and how they relate to the rules we just discussed. Let's imagine a scenario where a homeowner wants to add a dimmer switch to a 3-way lighting circuit. In this case, it's crucial to choose a dimmer switch that is specifically designed for 3-way circuits. These dimmer switches typically have different wiring configurations than standard single-pole dimmer switches. It's important to follow the manufacturer's instructions carefully when installing the dimmer switch. Another scenario involves replacing an existing 3-way switch with a smart switch. Smart switches often require a neutral connection, so it's essential to ensure that a neutral conductor is present in the switch box. If a neutral is not present, it may be necessary to run a new cable from the light fixture or another nearby outlet. Finally, let's consider a scenario where a homeowner is experiencing problems with a 3-way lighting circuit. The lights may not turn on or off properly, or they may flicker. In this case, it's important to troubleshoot the wiring to identify the cause of the problem. Check the wiring connections, test the voltage at the switch terminals, and make sure the switches are properly grounded. If you're unable to resolve the problem yourself, it's best to call a qualified electrician. They have the tools and expertise to diagnose and repair the problem safely and efficiently. Understanding how three-way and four-way switches function relies on grasping a few fundamental concepts about electricity and circuits. It is vital to remember that electricity always seeks a complete path or circuit to flow. A switch, in its simplest form, acts as a gate, either allowing or interrupting this flow. In a standard single-pole switch, there is one point of entry and one point of exit. When the switch is in the on position, it closes the gate, allowing electricity to flow. When it's in the off position, it opens the gate, stopping the flow. Now, let's consider a three-way switch. Unlike a single-pole switch, a three-way switch has one common terminal and two traveler terminals. The common terminal is where the power source of the light fixture is connected. The traveler terminals are connected to the corresponding traveler terminals on the other three-way switch. Inside the three-way switch, there's an internal mechanism that allows the common terminal to be connected to either one of the traveler terminals. This is how you can control the light from two different locations. Regardless of the position of one switch, you can always change the state of the light from the other switch. A four-way switch takes this concept a step further. A four-way switch is always installed between two three-way switches in a circuit where you want to control a light from three or more locations. A four-way switch has four terminals and essentially acts as a switch that can swap the connections between the two pairs of traveler wires. When the four-way switch is in one position, it connects one traveler wire from the first three-way switch to one traveler wire going to the second three-way switch, and the other traveler wires are connected in a similar manner. When you flip the four-way switch, it crosses the connections, so the traveler wires are connected differently. This allows you to change the state of the light from the four-way switch, regardless of the position of the three-way switches. It's also essential to understand the concept of a switch leg. The switch leg is the wire that runs from the last switch in the circuit to the light fixture. When the switches are in the correct positions, the switch leg is energized and the light turns on. When the switches are in different positions, the switch leg is de-energized and the light turns off. These concepts, combined with a solid understanding of electrical safety and code requirements, are essential for anyone working with three-way and four-way switches. Remember always to prioritize safety, follow best practices, and consult with a qualified electrician if you have any questions or concerns.